in my hand, making troopers come alive. Clone troopers, droids, and rebels fight to survive. ATS teens stomp invaders, cape flow strong. One wrong step, man, and the game won't last long. Measure twice, roll the dice. Victory's a hairy prize. Shadows, wealth, and dreams, building armies, living dreams. Miniatures in battle scenes, Star Wars Legion reigns supreme. Reigns supreme. Stormtroopers miss, but I never do. Rolling crits while I sip my brew. From Endor's woods to Hots cold snow, my painted squad still the show. Still the show. One, two, three, go! Hey! Shadow Scouts here with the rebel roar, talking Star Wars legend like never before. Miniatures lined up in a galactic parade, painted armor shining, every move is way. Scout the shadows, roll the dice, legion battles in a galaxy twice as nice. Tiny troopers, epic fight, Shadow Scout 113, bringing worlds to life. Bases prep, the terrain is set. Imperials advancing, will they win the Fed? Clone troop.
Well, hello there, everybody. Sorry for that little delay. Yeah, I decided to, make some music with Sonu. I don't know if y'all have heard of Sonu before, but it's fun, So I made some songs, and I might have to try to download those as like a little intro for the live stuff. But all right, yeah, what is up, everybody? Shadow Scout 0013 here, coming in with a live video today. If you didn't listen to the music in the beginning, I suggest you going back, tell me what you think, and tell me which one you like the most, and maybe I will save them. There's 2 different versions of each one, and I played the ones that I liked more. So please head on over there and check it out. It'd be nice to kind of see what you guys think, and yeah. All right, so today, I know last week I kind of went over the 212th, and I know that the videos during the week that I will be doing this week is going to cover the new Stormtrooper Battalion and a few different list ideas. So if you're interested, make sure that you tune in on Thursday for that. The following week will be my last week, and I will be talking about the 212th then and going over a few different list ideas and strategies with them. So make sure you tune in and check those out. I'm very interested in what you guys would think of those. And yeah, so today, we haven't gone over much CIS, and I know that Grant Saunier, he is helping out a lot, and he will be doing the interview with Doc Velo and doing a chat on, I think, the Grievous wheelbike and how amazing and almost OP that unit is right now before, I'm sure, some rules updates come in, April maybe? So I'm excited to kind of see how that rolls out. These guys are going to be doing a lot. I've kind of tried to lay out a schedule, and we'll hope that, some of those can work out. But yeah, let's go over a few different things today. So first and foremost, let's take a look at, if you've got a specific faction you want me to kind of go over, just put it in the chat. I'm gonna just going over anything. We have any new battle forces again, just besides the 12th and no, yeah, because I'm gonna be going over that and some other stuff. So we'll go over some CIS. I know a lot of people love CIS, and let's go over General Grievous and the wheel bike for now. So, the biggest upgrades, I know that you're going to hear from Doc Velo later on what the best upgrades and, how to really run Grievous. So, let's just take a look. You're probably not going to be bringing Grievous by himself. You're probably going to be bringing a Super Attack Droid. One of the custom ones, more than likely. Although, Kalani and all of them are better sometimes, but there's a lot more you can do with the new custom guy. So what's up, Palais? How you doing? You'll have to go back at some point and check out the songs that I had in the beginning and the opener as I was getting some stuff ready, and let me know which one you like the most. Kind of excited. I don't know if you've used Sonu before, but yeah, so General Grievous with the wheel bike, he's got a specific upgrade that can go with him, and it is the turbocharge. So when this unit makes a move action, it can expel this card or expend this card, whatever, in order to increase its speed to 3 during this specific move action. So it's not during the whole turn, it's during that specific movement. This is more than likely to get off the overrun attack and try to get him to where he can attack twice that round. And I think it's a really, really good one, especially when you need it, because it's a one-time use. 5 points is pretty good for it, so we'll see how it winds up going. But that's probably always going to be a staple on him, making him really 155, not 150. The best, training upgrades that I can see is, so there's no courage value, it's just breaking. So if we look at that, we don't have to worry about endurance. We don't have to worry about duck and cover. We don't have to worry about into the fray because he really already surges offensively, but it's not like it would be a bad upgrade. I think that it would actually be fairly well because you're trying to get him into, overrun and at range 1 to 2. So everything at that range would be really nice to have surges specifically for just defense. But most of his command cards give surges anyway, so it's not like you need it really. Mission objective and offensive push, not necessary, but maybe it's like okay, because you do get a compulsory move, so technically you could recover, and then you could move and still get the overrun attack off. On the hunt could be okay. I mean, even though you surge to crit, you are rolling some fairly okay dice with black and white, so aims are really nice, but I mean, this is very situational, so you're not gonna probably take Overwatch. You're not taking Protector. Seize Initiative, I could see. Situational Awareness, probably not. Although because he is a vehicle and there's a lot of impact, if you had a dodge somehow, then sure. But you're not getting dodges normally. Tenacity, it's when this unit makes a melee attack. If it's got a wound token, sure. During its attack pools, and so since you have 2 different attack pools that you would be forming, getting to add an extra red dice to each of those could be really powerful. So I think that would be absolutely awesome to have. Tenacity, if you don't have the points for up close and personal. I know Doc Velo in his last talk in his last video about Grievous on the wheel bike, he had mentioned up close and personal being the best, and so I think that up close and personal is actually a real good one to have because again it does get you those dodge tokens. All right, so let's see here. Boo Radley, what's up, man? Nice to see you in here. I'm excited that you're always so active in the Discord and here, so it's nice to see you. So he has been thinking of how to deal with this wheel bike warlord in the future. I feel like there's a lot of CIS players in the Northeast USA. Probably, yes. There's a lot of them in Florida as well, mostly GAR though, but I do see a lot of CIS, and a lot of them love it. I've never personally gotten into it, and that's probably because I have a bias of the way that, Legacy Legion was with them, and it wasn't my kind of fit. But, now that we're getting Temu bikes and we've got custom droids that can do quite a lot, and Dooku is freaking amazing, I might want to, but it just depends. I just bought the custom Jedi, I got the Marksman, I got a box of the ARF troopers, and then I got a box of Dark troopers for Empire that I just got, and then I have an ISP now. So I got a lot of boxes to catch up on to get ready, and then I need to get the custom Imperial officer soon. But how to deal with the Temu Grievous? That's the biggest question. I'll go over that in just a second. Taking a breather after shoveling snow and grabbing the kids from school. Oh man, shoveling snow, man, that's a cardio workout and a real workout. Man, that's gonna get your heart going. Just all that crap, man, that's insane. Especially with the snowstorm that's been happening. It's supposed to come up about 7 inches in upstate New York. Oof. Yeah, about 8 inches in central IA. Sean, what's up, man? You're not joining too late. And it's nice to see you guys. Shell Scout and I. Not getting into CIS equals top tier lifters putting up 225. That is right, sir. That is right. That's just obvious, man. We got to put some actual weight on. We can't just do CIS crap. So Pally's got a play group of about 4 in his town. 2 of them play droids and just grab the Torpedo Greg. Yes. Well, Torpedo Greg, Temu Grievous, we'll wind up seeing which is the best nickname for him. But General Grievous is probably going to have up close and personal, turbocharged. A grenade slot is very, very interesting. To just throw a grenade is not fun, and it's not like he's got the thermal detonator. So maybe in the future we're gonna get another grenade. We'll see, but I'm assuming this is what we're gonna mostly see. I'm sure we could probably get maybe improv, maybe strict orders, maybe. I don't really see much on here, although he is going to be with red dice and never breaking and armor 1, he's probably going to be surviving quite a bit, especially with the fact that he can get some surge tokens. So, some commands might be worth it. So let's see how we can deal with him. All right, red saves, armor 1, never breaking, 8 wounds. You're going to have some massive dice pools. So heavy squads, big squads, are going to do really well against him. If we just take a look real quick, let's take a look at Empire. Maybe what kind of Empire stuff could work really well. I would assume Imperial Remnant would probably be the best because of the fact that you can have maybe some shore troopers with black dice, and with them, I guess they're already there. You could do the T-21 for critical 2, and then give yourself a massive squad, and then you probably have dug in for extra cover because he's definitely going to be coming at you, and I don't really know what gear to probably put on them, but at least critical 2 with a ton of dice, because that's 5 plus 4, so that's 9. 9 black and 4 white, critical 2. That's going to do quite a lot. It doesn't have impact, but that's nothing to worry about. I would assume that would be one of the better ones to have. Because if you had stormtroopers, sure, and you had the 9 and then 13 white dice, critical 2, the amount of dice that you're probably going to actually get rolled paint on is not very much. Even though it's a big dice pool, and you're getting probably a few crits, it's just so iffy. So iffy. The Rebels, they don't surge, but, obviously the Fleet Troopers surge to hit, which is really, really nice. But I was thinking of the Rebel Troopers. Not really surging offensively, but if you can bring like Cassian and then you bring maybe the whole squad, and then the extra heavy is like the Ion Trooper, maybe that's 27 points. Oof. Maybe I guess just this one, the Impact 1, would be pretty decent. Even though the Ion wouldn't be that bad. That's what, 118. And then we look at Fleet Troopers rolling a crap ton of dice. You're going to bring the whole squad. You bring Cassian, and then you bring the Scattergun. Now, that's, yeah, no. Scattergun, because Pierce is going to be so amazing on red dice. And, you know, Han, even though it's a little tiny bit of dice, his Pierce too, you know, if you can get like a crit and a hit, at least you're getting a Pierce through. So anything with Pierce is going to do really well against Barrick Grievous. Anything with Impact. Obviously, we've got the ability for Cody to be super impactful. The 2/12th in general, I feel like, is going to be very impactful against Willbike Grievous. Maybe just bringing one of each, you know, put the Door Gunner on here. Give yourself the Shock Trooper, hand out those tokens, and then Armor Piercing Shells. Saber Tank, give yourself the Pilot, and definitely the Beam. And then give yourself the Armored Pilot, because giving out an Observation Token is absolutely nice. And then maybe give yourself the Missile Pods. Yeah, it's 4 red, it's not Beam, but you're not going for Beam in this one specifically. Go Improv, go your 2... Ooh, not Jedi Knights. Your 2 Infantry... Marksmen are probably going to be decent because then you can just go straight to crits, but again, just depends on what's in that kind of, you know, attack pool. So maybe like if you brought the marksmen, obviously, maybe you just do the clone captain, you bring the RPS, and then you bring the whole squad. You know, actual Impact 2 in there is going to be good. All of your ATRTs with laser cannon is going to be good. There's a lot that is going to be great against him. It's just the amount of firepower you're going to need, because you effectively have to at least get 16 dice on him quickly. Yeah. Good job, man. Yeah, so Boo Radley. And if you're in the Discord, you can go to the live Q&A and take a chat. I'll look at it throughout this time that we're here. All right, so definitely be careful shoveling snow. It's easy to overdo it for sure. Smoke grenade, yes, I think the smoke grenade could be very good with him, but that's an extra 3 points. And vehicles don't benefit from cover, so it's mostly for your other guys. And then he can't. Yep. I think almost all the grenades seems useless. All the grenades are useless right now. That's why I was like, and there may be in the works of coming up with another one that could actually work with him, but I'm not exactly sure. So, let's see. He can get cover if you put the smoke on the enemy troopers. He won't get cover for being. It is a weird interaction. I'm not sure how that is, but I'm sure we'll get a lot of comments of people who are being like, I'm not sure. But you do have a lot of fun loopholes you like to make. Not sure if all of the smoke stuff, yeah, using the vehicle list, blah, blah, blah. Not sure what you mean, vehicles. Yeah, vehicles don't get cover at all. They're never, only if they're like fully obscured, then you can't shoot them. But if you can see them, there's no cover at all. So it's kind of like a weird thing. And then a Super Attack Droid. Obviously, Tyrannical Taskmaster on the Super Attack Droid is probably by far the best. And then you're probably... I wouldn't assume most people are going to bring an Electro Staff or Heavy Arm Cannon on him unless they have the points. Because if he's the Taskmaster, then he's really just there to do all of these things. And with the fact that you can now probably give him the mobility upgrade, scale, and steady, sure, that would be not too bad. I would personally put expanded databanks on the Taskmaster. I think that's, this one was for the command droid, and then the mobility upgrade was mostly probably for the operative. Otherwise, not like you can't just do what you want, obviously. But the super attack droid's red saves, and I mean 5 health. That's still nothing to scoff at. And this one is also, the operative is also 5 health, 3 courage, and that's why I was like, I think it's probably best to just put it on that one. Now the command droid's courage 2, sure, I guess. And the operative's courage 3, obviously because you want your operative to be doing some crazy things. But I would assume that you're probably with the, the operative here. You're giving him Seek and Destroy. You're definitely giving him the mobility upgrade. And, why not give him Relentless, basically, with Electrostaff, so giving him charge. You're probably, I would take Sliced Comms to make sure that they get suppression and remove the order token. And then, not overclock, not maybe if you're just bringing him by himself. I would want the Sharpshooter and Lethal. I mean, this is just insane. 116 for an insanely deadly super attack droid. It's just so crazy to see. But yeah, I mean, now you've got a ton of different threats, and with the Tyrannical Taskmaster, you're probably bringing Limiter Override. You're probably bringing the Overclock for sure. You're probably bringing Optimized Task Flow for direct. You're probably also going to be bringing Sliced Comms, because why not? That's so good. Improv for sure. And then gear, you're probably bringing, like I said, Expanded Databanks, and then strategic programming. Why not? Let's bring just a ton of B1s to spam, and let's just try the whole squad here. Let's see. The Magna Guard is specifically Guardian 2 Commander. It doesn't say Trooper. It doesn't say anything else like that. And Retinue. Now he's probably getting far, far ahead of you. So let's see if you just bring 2, and then you bring some Crab Droids to give them extra scout, and you take defensive protocol. Oh, actually, engagement protocols. Why not? And then you give these 2 guys the RPS for fun. For funsies? No. Let's give them the Electro Whip. And then you have 15 points left, 10 activations. So yeah, you're not bringing. I mean, okay, fine. Get rid of all of that. Right. And then now they've got Scout 1, and they can try to get closer to a position that you're trying to get Grievous at. But it's not like one of them can't stay next to this command droid just in case. And let's just, because you've got 2 special forces units, maybe we can go with, like, for funsies, some, like a strike team. 40 points. Good Lord almighty. All right. Bring the BX Vibro Swords. You got 9 points left. Man, okay, so maybe you just bring the extra guy. And you're 7 points over. Sliced Comms is 8. So maybe you get rid of... No, strategic programming. Oh, but Strategize is so good. Alright. Get rid of Up Close and Personal. He's going to live at not going to live at some point. But that's 12 activations. You've got a Sniper, Doxus Mine. You've got the Crab Droids, 2 of them. And then you have the ability for the Magna Guards to, if they're moving, they have charge. So they can still try to, like, double move to keep up with range and cohere them into a way that you can still Guardian Grievous. And Guardian everything before impact. And then when impact happens, you still get the Armor 1 to get rid of whatever's left after impact happens. And yeah, there's a lot of funky little ways that you can probably do some fun stuff with that, but that's still 12 activations, lots of red saves, and armor, and then your B1 battle droids are just trying to go in the back and, randomly do what they need to objective-wise. But yeah, I think this could be a lot of fun. It's sad that not sad, because I'm actually quite happy that the Magna Guard don't have Guardian 2, and that's it, like the Chewie and Rebels. It's actually like Guardian 2 Commander, so you can't Guardian the Operative, which, yeah, that's going to be really, really good. So, yeah, that is just kind of like an on-the-top way that I'm thinking of CIS. Again, if you're a CIS player and you're like, that doesn't make any sense, this is not optimized, well, yeah, I'm not, CIS player for optimization, but this just sounds like fun. And the sniper strike team, with Pierce available through lethal, it's not going to be too bad. And with the super tac droid in the back anyway, right here with strategize, giving them an aim and a dodge, and now they can, aim themselves. Now they have 2 aims, and they can reroll if they need to with 2 red dice. You probably doubt it. Or they can move, shoot, and then spend it for lethal, especially since they have sharpshooter 1. But yeah, the General Grievous is as lean and mean as possible, and these other guys are just souped up. Still only 122, only 116. That's still cheaper than like if Boba Fett or something like that was there. Cad Bane with everything, like you're bringing the Electro Gauntlets. Okay, well now everything's cheaper, I should say. And you're probably bringing up close and personal. And I mean, if you wanted to bring situational awareness, I mean, he's got independent dodge too, plus another dodge here. It's 120. This guy's got relentless, basically. This guy's got steady, sure, and it's got Pierce 1 automatically with 4 red only. This guy is, let's see, the operative has an arm cannon that is 2 red, 3 white. He surges to hit, so, and it is suppressive. So there's just so crazy what you can do. So I'm hoping that these bounty hunters, I've heard they're getting looked at. I don't know, forgot where I read it, but I heard that they're getting looked at. So you can prepare for them to either get cheaper or hopefully better dice, because they need it right now. And so that could be another thing that we talk about today, are the what are they called? I just said it. Bounty hunters. Okay. So let's look at our extensive bounty hunter list here. We've got. Would you consider Hondo Ohnaka a bounty hunter? Even though he's a scoundrel. He's a pirate. Bloody pirates. Cockles get angry at me. All right. Boba Fett's 130. Why is he 130? He's shooting 5 dice maybe at range 2. Okay. If anything, the E carbine should definitely be 3 minimum. Surge crit with Pierce 1. And then integrated rockets, impact 2. I think that would be nice. Versatile, still good. Keep that at 3, sure. Boot spikes, 3. Okay, sure, why not? I mean, it's not like his keywords are bad. They're pretty decent. But I feel like for these guys who are supposed to be top of the line bounty hunters, they should come with steady. Keep them at their price, but give them steady. If IG-88 and IG-11 can't get steady or get the mobility upgrade, whatever. What is that upgrade? Rawr. See how angry I am? Blood pressure rising, getting red in the face. Yeah, if this guy can bring the... Where'd he go? Yeah, it is mobility upgrade. The mobility upgrade? Huh? Why can't these droid bounty hunters get that as well? I know that you have a command card with them that gives them steady for 1 turn, but come on. That's got to change for sure. Really must change. Boba Fett deserves steady. I think either commander or operative Mandos should have steady naturally, because they have a jetpack. It's not like they can't be flying and shooting all at the same time. Same thing with Din. I think, I feel like he should have steady, especially since he doesn't have any kind of sharpshooter. It's insane. Or at least the jetpack, not only giving him an extra speed 1 and jump 2, but it should give him steady. Keep it at 15. Just add that word. Charge, boss gains charge during his 1-pip turn. And so, sure, I guess. But, these guys are professional bounty hunters. They deserve steady. And Sean coming in saying that the Wills have talked about that they're looking at bounty hunters. Yes, definitely. Okay. If the Wills are listening, please. And am I the only one who thinks that the bounty hunters should gain steady? That's what y'all are here for. Is I want your guys' opinion on what y'all think about these bounty hunters right now. I think that is probably where we're going to kind of turn this live stream. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. I think that if Boba Fett were to keep 130, give him that steady for sure. Independent aim or dodge. I think that that's kind of dumb. I think he just needs both. If Din has both, aim and dodge, Boba Fett deserves both. He's been probably doing it just as long. And he's a freaking clone of Jango. Come on. Din's just an awesome bounty hunter, sure. But Boba Fett, come on. Lean, mean, fighting machine, Boba. Now, some action compression or major points reductions. Major point reductions, definitely, sure, I agree. But again, with the fact that their skill level is top tier, and these guys, like the Empire has specifically asked these guys to join the ranks for specific missions, and Vader himself has talked to them. These guys deserve a lot more than what they're getting. So that's what I think. And, Cad Bane has steady. And he's got they're not jetpacks, he's got little jet boots. So, all right, I know I've talked like this a long time. But yeah, come on now. Come on, guys. I know you're looking at it. Hopefully, whenever I get back, they'll have changed them and made them so much better. The Courage 3 is really nice. The 5 health, I know it's red saves, but red dice, it's not as good as you think. Like, you think, all right, I have red dice. I've got a 66% chance of getting a save. But then you roll 3 blanks, and you're like, oh my gosh. I just paid over 130 points for this unit, and now he's got 2 health left. Okay, see, that's... if anything, these Mandos... so, like, the Flame Projector is a good gear slot. I think, how the Republic Commandos have not Beskar, the Katarn armor. There should be, like, a Beskar type thing that allows any Beskar armor wearer to be able to take 1 wound out of whatever dice it is. It should just be like Katarn armor, but called Beskar. And you should be able to... It's a one-time use. And because it's Mandos, it should be able to be used in melee. But if it's in melee, you take 2 wounds instead. I think that would be... Because then you might not use it if you're only taking 1. Or if you're, like, taking 5, you're reducing it down to 2. I don't know. I think that would be a cool extra thing. And it doesn't have to be free because you get an extra little thing. It should be like 3 points, maybe 3 to 5 points, sure. And yeah, that's me. So let's see. They need some. They seem reluctant to update the cards themselves. Yes, I know. That's kind of the sad part, because if they're not willing to update the cards, we're never going to see steady on these guys. And that isn't necessarily an issue, but it's not ideal. It just kind of puts you off from wanting to play them, because now there are so many other better options than these guys who are classic characters. So weird. And thank you, Boo. Radley, about agreeing with me on the bounty hunters. Red dice is the most fickle of mistresses. I know, it's so terrible. If red dice had more of a sure thing, it'd be better. But it's such a gamble with Mandalorians that you should have some sort of safety net for them, because it's Ooh, surging red saves. Oh man, they're gonna do so well. And yes, every time I fight against somebody with red saves, with surging red saves, you never get anything through. Anything with Ahsoka, spinning a dodge, getting block, and now I can never ever do any damage. But, I must have just played Mandos so long that I have a bias of they're gonna die real quick. And it's just, there's nothing you could do about it with 4 HP, 5 HP. Not that great. So, okay, that is the Bounty Hunters. Let's take another look at some fancy, fun little things here. The Inquisitors. At some point, I guarantee you that we will probably get a Inquisitorius box, and it's probably going to be an operative box, and we probably will get, or just at least Inquisitors in general. We should get the Grand Inquisitor. I'm hoping. I have not heard anything. No one has mentioned it. I doubt that it's actually in the next year and a half that we would get it. It's taken so long for them to finalize Mace Windu, and they've already mentioned that yes, Jango Fett is on the way at some point as a bounty hunter for CIS, which cool. That's awesome. I'm really glad to hear. So the fact that the Grand Inquisitor is probably still, they're probably like haven't even made a mini yet, and if they have, it's like, who knows, but they're probably just like trying to figure out what his card should do, probably figuring out some keywords for him. They probably haven't even put him out, but I think that if they could, they should make an Inquisitorius box that comes with the Seventh Sister, Fifth Brother, and the Grand Inquisitor for now. That'd be cool. And they need these guys to be fixed a little bit. Yes, they have decreased in points just a little bit, but it's still not enough. There's really no good ways to get them a dodge unless you bring the Fifth Brother's 2-pip. Or is it her 2-pip? You would question me, okay? The Fifth Brother. Okay, yes, it is. So, and this is such finicky wording. It's so weird. It's one of the most confusing command cards, I would say, with the fact that it's just like, if she gains a token, or if he gains a token, she gains the opposite token. But if he has, the, what is it? What is it? Offensive defensive stance, where you can gain 2 aims. I don't think she gets 2 dodges. Am I wrong? Do y'all know this? Because this has always been something I've been confused with for so long now. But if you know, let me know in the comments. So that's the real only way for the sister to be able to use block and to actually get some dodges. Their command cards, other than that, really do nothing for them. 5 health is not that great. The Fifth Brother should be 7 health, and the sister should be 6 health, especially for an operative. The Enrage 2 is fine, but again, they're just they just don't feel worth it yet. And I love Empire. Like, I've got an Empire army, Gar army, and a bunch of Shadow Collective, but I don't think I've fielded them maybe like twice, and they're awesome units. I really like them, but it's just hard to figure out how to be able to use them. Now, I think with the fact that you can bring the 3 operatives with Vader on there is really nice, and now that some things have gone down in points, I think that it should be a little easier to kind of field them. You bring 2 snowtroopers with the Ion, and maybe the Stormtrooper with Agent Callus, and a heavy, DLT, sure. Actually, you know what? Go with the T21. It's cheaper as well. My Vader build that I really like is the choke one, obviously, so we're going to do that. And then Seventh Sister, let's just go the old school way. Give them both burst of speed. Give them both Inquisitorius training. Give the 7th sister tenacity. Give him seize the initiative. That's how I used to and or like to build them out. The 5th brother tenacity is actually also really good because this is really nice. And I've usually gone after force users with the sister because it's just she already has charge, so she'll be able to actually engage a little bit easier and better. But with Vader's 2-pip, new ways to motivate them, then you can go ahead and give them a wound, which if the 5th brother already has 1 wound, now he's enraged and he has charge. So then you burst of speed 3 times, moving a total of, 24 inches across the board, and you have charge. So it's not like your opponent is ready for it. Yes, they have an immobilized token now, and the 5th brother is probably going to be still for a while because if you've played the 2-pip run 1, and then you go with 5th brother with seize the initiative on the next turn, and you are able to take a dodge with the 5th brother and then attack, and you give that to the 7th sister, I think you would take an immobilized token, if I'm not mistaken, so he would be completely kaput. So each time that he gains 1, she can gain 1. When either of them would gain 1 or more dodge tokens or aim tokens, the other unit may take an immobilize. And if so, the other one gains an additional. So why not give yourself an immobilized token and just give her 2 aims? Sure. You take the immobilize, you don't go anywhere for the turn, just that 1 turn. And next turn, again, I think you're still at speed 1. So yeah, it's a really weird way that you have to play them, which is why, again, you're probably not seeing them on the board. And the fact that it's like 5 dice, black dice, yeah, you search to hit, sure. That's why I think tenacity is definitely needed on them to give them at least 6 dice, search to hit. Block is really nice, especially in melee. Again, it's just a matter of getting them dodges. How do you get them dodges? If they're practically able to be engaged on the turn that you play Vader's 2-pip, to give them a wound, then they can dodge, double move, and charge, at least the sister. So at least she's got the dodge block for whatever attack is coming her way, and then maybe the brother takes an aim, giving her another dodge while she's engaged, trying to keep her alive, and then he, engages. And so, I mean, there's a way to play it, but you have to be really strategic in the way that you do it. It's just, I don't know if it's the dice or what it is. Disciplined 1 is really nice. They're not terrible. Like, it's not like they're unplayable, but there's so many other options. So yeah, you've got your 3, you got Vader, you gotta have a commander, so let's just go with a custom. Let's go with the Academy Trained officer. The Academy Trained has Improv, Academy, and Command and Control uplink. This is as lean as I like to get with her. If anything else, the Heavy Blaster Pistol and Seize Initiative because of aid and because the Blaster Pistol gets target, so she'll get an aim. The other one could also be where you have the leader and you, instead of Academy Trained, you do tip of the spear? Yep. And then you're able to aid, and you also give them with that one, if you did tip of the spear instead, and you gave her the pistol and seize the initiative and endurance, it's a little bit more pricey, but there's still more ways to at least get those tokens out. But that's 92 points versus the 78 points. Ooh. And then seize the initiative, 88 points. Still cheaper to go this way, but either one works. It's just aid is immediate. So like instead of having to, giving that to somebody instead of keeping it, it's almost the same exact thing in a way. And then, if there's no IRG anymore, sadly, they've been taken out right now. If you needed something cheap, maybe go with like 2 Scout Troopers. Maybe let's go with a Riot Squad. Let's get rid of Callus in this one, and let's put him let's just give out the TLT to them. And then with the right squad, go ahead and give them your Callus. Go ahead and give yourself the security droids. Give yourself Imperial March. That's a little bit better. 10 activations. You still got 70 points left. Give yourself maybe a E-Web with Duggan and the Overcharge Generator. Yeah, sure. 11 activations. You've got Darth Vader, Operative, Choke, Force, Push. You're infiltrating him for sure. And then maybe the next turn, you're just playing the other one. If you're not infiltrating him and you wanted to just use his card at some other point, I would go Burst of Speed instead of Choke. But that's just to make sure that he gets in when he needs to. Still 11 activations with a lot of fun stuff in here. Everyone's got heavies except for the Scout Troopers. And you've got just like a tiny bit of range. Like range 3 with steady. I mean, that's what, 8 inches. Yeah, so 8 inches plus another 12, 16. So, yeah, another 24 inches away from your starting point. Stormtroopers are range 4 with the DLT. So you at least have some sort of range with them. So it's really not too bad. But, yeah, I mean, that could be a little fun one, I should say. And then with the new objectives coming out, I've heard that long range will be a lot better with those specific objectives. So now we're getting back to where Legion can have skewed lists and have specific lists meant for these objectives, and red and blue player is not going to be more competitive, but it's going to be more imperative that you get last choice, which is why I think that if they could change red and blue to be more like, if the blue player can choose whether he wants to go first or last, that would be great. And then red picks table side. That would be cool. Or vice versa. You could pick table side or whether you want to go first or last. Oh, sorry, last. So table side or last. If you're blue player, you pick one first and boom. That would be fun. That'd be cool. I don't know. We'll see. I'm anxious to hear what you guys are thinking about, if there's any other stuff that you're trying to see, or if you're trying to think of. Moff Gideon, let's go over, sure, why not? Let's go over a Imperial Remnant force with Gideon, that guy, 2 of these awesome dudes with the assault cannon, because they're now cheaper finally. Let's go with the Stormtrooper with the T-21 and the massive squad. Boom, doubled. But you also have to have Deaths and Scout Troopers. Death Troopers obviously have this config. And why not bring the RT-97C? Because that's super good. These guys can bring Imperial March. Let's give them 2 of them. And let's just keep it there for now. Short Troopers, I still like the T-21B because of long shot with the other guys. Give them the massive squads. No. Give them the... because they only have coordinate. Oh, no. Yeah, these guys. No, Stormtrooper squad. Don't. Get Short Trooper squad. No. Yeah, them. Stormtroopers. What am I doing? They need to have the squads. All right, Short Trooper. They've got coordinate and placement trooper. And so if you were to bring an E-Web, maybe we'll just say the E-Web has Duggan and the Overcharged. Now, it's not like the Short Troopers would have, it would be bad for them to bring the Comms Technician and have HQ uplink. So they can go whenever they need to. You've got Improv here with the Imperial Agent. I like Tip of the Spear. Man, I've got a lot of stuff that I'm going to need to, no, not Tip of the Spear, sorry. Platoon Commander and Combat Armor for sure. Oh man, yeah, I've got a lot that I'm going to need to bring down. So let's just get rid of that. That's 20 points down. And E-Web, Duggan, let's get rid of that for now. 6 points. That's so rough. Alright, so we get rid of the T-21, and we just do the DLT. Range 4. You have 2 points left over now. You can give this Imperial Agent the environmental gear. Alright. Boom. There you go. That is 1,000 points on the dot. It's 11 activations. Technically 13, because you have 2 Imperial Dark Troopers. Got a little bit of long range between the Death Troopers, the E-Web, and your Stormtroopers here. You're going 2 massive squads. Ah, man. Oh yeah, so 12 more points. All right. Well, you know what? Shore Troopers, you're alone. As much as I talked about in the very beginning that for Grievous, these guys are going to be better because they have black dice, and putting critical 2 on them is going to be really, really nice. But the RT-97Z, you know, with the fact that you've got, you know, Precise 2, it's better to have the RT-97Z than just the DLT. Plus, it's a lot cheaper than their normal DLT. The Imperial March on the Scout Troopers. Alright, so if you wanted to keep how you had it with the DLT on the shores. Oh, that's rough. I got rid of them. Oh, sorry. That's the wrong one. That's why. And then keep E-Gear on them. And you've got your Imperial March on the Stormtroopers. You can use Ruthless on Moff Gideon, round 1. Then you can take a wound to move onto the board. And then your first actual action, that's not free, could be a second move at speed 3. And then you take a shot. And with independent aim in the first round, you already have an aim. So you're good to go. And the normal T-21 is still strong on shores, even though it's range 3. That is true. You're not wrong. So sure, why not? Boom. The critical 2, since they don't surge, is actually going to be really nice. So it was just a matter of, like, the fact that you could use the aim to get long shot, and now you can actually get the heavy to go in on that, was why I was picking the DLT. Because you're probably keeping them still and trying to aim most of the time. So that's why the T-21... I wanted to get the most out of the heavy for that 20 points. So it's since they're both 20, it's not like you can't just be like, all right, well, I want the T-21 or I want the DLT. Either one works. But the Stormtroopers are going to be your heavy hitters along with the Imperial Dark Troopers. And, you know, yeah, I don't know what kind of, you know, battle plans you kind of want. Because right now with Outflank, you know, giving the Dark Troopers the Vanguard tokens could be good, because then you can actually, like, at least round 1, just kind of get them onto the board on this side since they have to, and while everyone's like trying to get over here to protect that and prevent your 3 Vanguard tokens from getting there, it's not like the next turn you could just spin an action because you kept them safe and far away. Your opponent hasn't been able to really target them, so they're good to go. Next round you teleport them with Moff's 2-pip to range 2 away from an enemy unit, and then, you know, you're worried about scoring, I guess, round 3 at that point. But your guys might last longer, so that could be a thing. If not, it's not like if you know, put them here, you try to score, but they're just overwhelmed. You could teleport them to this side and get your Vanguard to be over here instead. So it's almost like a fake out, like you kind of put most of your guys going this way in the middle between these 2 points specifically, and then so that way they can break for either one, and then you put your Vanguard token guys, because they're going to separate probably the same, leaving just the 3 probably over here. So you teleport and at least one of them to this side. You put your Vanguard token there, and then you shift everything this way. So I think the Dark Troopers have the ability to kind of still be good and still have a lot to offer, especially with Outflank. And then, you know, even with... sorry. Even with Supply Run, you know, Vader's 2-pip's going to be really, really good. The new Rex upgrade is going to be extremely good because of the fact that he has a free action if he defeats a unit. He can now spend that free action to claim. And since we haven't seen the other objectives, I think that, you know, Sure, a lot of people aren't quite using that Rex right now, but I used him in a game, and it was fun because I was able to, I think, guidance. Well, I don't think I guidance them, but they were able to move up and then move on to like a ramp, did a shot, finished off a unit, spent a free action to move down out of line of sight. So that was a lot of fun, but now that it's going to take an action to claim, I think that, being able to defeat a unit, hopefully before they claimed it, or at least you move onto the box, you shoot a unit, hopefully because you've got Rex, a heavy, and a massive squad, that you finish off a unit, and then you free claim, and you were able to still take out somebody at the same time. So that upgrade Rex is going to be absolutely amazing with supply run and how you use them. With outflank, I think, still being able to give Rex the outflank card, or sorry, the Vanguard token would be really, really good. I don't know how 6 activations is going to do with this one, because these things are so far apart and you have to be securing it that it's just going to be extremely difficult to finagle your way, especially since 3 of them are going to come over here and then you'd have 3 of them just for these 2. It's not going to work. So I think we might be moving away from lower activation list objectives to kind of maybe you're going to need more to play the objectives, which is good. And again, I think a lot of the developers, including the Wills, were wanting more units on the table, and or at least a few squads, to where you're getting anywhere between 10 to 13 activations, unless you're Mowgli or somebody who likes 20 activations or an insane amount of 14 activations with an ATST and another heavy with 5 shores, 5 mortars, and a riot control squad. Yeah, we're gonna see a lot of crazy stuff. And a heavy with a Vanguard token is a great idea because they're gonna last a little bit longer, especially if you've got the ability to heal the armor. So yeah, I think that's gonna be a lot of fun. But all right, guys, it has been an hour. So thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll be able to get another one in next week, and that would probably be the last Monday stream for me. Next week is going to be a crazy week. So again, I will probably talk a little bit about it, maybe a little bit about it at least next week. And the Discord is still going to be active. Please keep going there. Stay active with the channel. Help it continue to just thrive and grow. I will be back. I want to make sure that I'm providing, that this channel is still providing a lot of stuff for you guys, and you guys are a great community. You guys have done quite a lot, and I'm very thankful for you guys. So I will go ahead and log out, and thank you guys for staying and watching. I hope that you guys enjoy a little bit of music. Again, if you haven't, I'm going to play this as an outro and let you guys listen to it on the way out. But thanks a lot, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and y'all be easy.